Annette Harris, ANNETTEHARRIS.
Thank you, ma'am. And there are a few minutes there if needed, whenever you're ready.
To the Honorable Judge Nicholas John Hathaway in the Wayne County Circuit Court. Good morning. I'd like to thank the court for giving me the opportunity to speak as I stand here before you to address the concerns that me and my family have. It has been 2 years and 2 months since I reported Ziyah missing. I want you to know that my life will never be the same. My family's life will never be the same without Ziyah. And every day that I wake up with her, I wake up feeling depressed. It's another day without her. I love her and I miss her dearly. I can't tell her that because her life was I can't tell her that because her life was taken from her. Words cannot express just how much me and my family really miss and love Ziyah. This has impacted my life and my family's life. There are days when I can't, when I don't want to get out of bed. I wake up feeling depressed. I don't want to talk to anybody, to anyone, just getting out of bed. To do the basic everyday things that I miss, I'm sorry. I don't want to get out of bed. I wake up feeling depressed. I don't want to talk to anyone. Just getting out of bed to do the basic everyday things that I need to get done. This has affected my health. I am seeing more than one doctor about my health, including seeing a therapist. I don't feel safe in my home. My address and my phone number has been put on social media. People have been driving by, taking pictures of my home. I have been threatened. My family have been threatened. Pictures taken of me and my family following me in my car. Pictures posted. Setting up GoFundMe raises in Ziyah's name without my permission. And this has also affected me financially. And my people doing, other people doing podcast shows, emailing me. I don't know. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Take your time now.
Shut up.
Anybody else want to leave? There is a courtroom, 206 down the hallway. You can observe this proceeding. You can't go
He told me that I don't know coming to my home. I just...
Step up. Too late. see this. Let's go. Let's go, man. In the red and in the black. Let's go. Let's go.
Please remain quiet.
Quiet in the car!
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, wait.
I'm sorry.
Right, an additional reminder, if you're going to have difficulty controlling yourself, now would be a good time to leave.
Sir, and you two, that's the Ma'am, stay here.
I'm sorry, were you through, ma'am?
No, Judge, I'm going to finish reading the written statement for you.
Very good. You can return to your seat, ma'am. Mr. Makepeace, you can let her get situated and then you can proceed.
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
All right, whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Judge. I'm going to go where I remember her stopping. Posting pictures, setting up GoFundMe fundraisers in Ziyah's name without my permission. This has also affected me financially, and people doing podcast shows, emailing me, people that I don't know coming to my home, knocking on my door constantly. This is really hard and has been very painful for me, and I pray to God that no one and no other family will ever have to endure what me and my family have endured. This deserves attention and ongoing awareness to other families and people so that this does not happen to anyone and other families like this has happened to me and my family. And that would be the conclusion of the statement from Annette Harris that was provided to my office and that she was reading on the stand.
Thank you, Mr. Makepeace. All right, is there any additional complainant that will be addressing the court on file ending in 218?
Yes.
Okay, why don't we have that person go next?
It's Shannon Harris.
Sorry, Mrs. Harris in the courtroom?
The Marquitta Harris.
So again, ma'am, you can make your way right up here. You can have a seat or you can stand, however you're most comfortable. Again, that red illuminated device, it's a microphone and a recording device. Just try to direct your voice into that. And if you could just state and spell your name, please.
My name is Marquitta Harris, M-A-R-K-E-T-T-A. Last name, Harris, H-A-R-R-I-S.
Thank you. And ma'am, you also have a prepared statement?
Yes.
If you wouldn't mind just providing a copy to the prosecutor's office for the court file following the hearing today, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Whenever you're ready.
Good afternoon, everyone. It has been 2 years, 2 months, 3 days since we heard, seen, or even physically touched Ziyah. This has tremendously affected my family and I mentally, physically, and emotionally. Since this case started, we have been physically assaulted in public, cyberbullied, harassed, stalked, and so much more. I became homeless, lost several jobs, in the past 2 years. My life, my family life, will never be the same again. You have taken something so precious from us that we'll never get back. Every morning, every day, every month, and every hour, I had to remind myself that my niece, Ziyah, isn't coming back. Our life would never be the same again. Justice is deserved. You're still able to live. You're still able to get health care. You're still able to breathe without any remorse. You are an habitual serial predator. You had taken my kid's favorite cousin. You had taken my first daughter before I had my own. I hate. Since January 9th, 2024 will be the day I'll never forget, the day that I got the call that she never came back home. I never live with myself. I'll never be able to hear her voice. I'll never be able to physically touch her. I'll never be able to see her smile. I'll never be able to I'll never be able to get to hold her again. I'll never be able to get to listen to her, see her smile. I'll never get to see her tell me stories of what her day went on about school. I'll never get to have that chance ever again because of you. It hurts.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Makepeace, Ms. Ripley, who will be going next?
Judge, I believe next would be Ms. Tijuana Butts.
And which file number?
218.
218.
Come right around here, ma'am. Good afternoon. So you can have a seat or you can stand, however you are most comfortable. Just state and spell your name first, please.
Okay. My name is Tijuana Butts. First name Tijuana. Last name Butts.
Do you have a prepared statement?
I do not, sir.
That's fine. Okay, thank you. Whenever you're ready.
I don't have a prepared statement because I had no plans to come here today. I've been battling with myself on what is the right thing to do, what is the wrong thing to do. I'm here today for Ziyah and for my nieces and the other victims that my brother has harmed. I got up this morning with every intention on going to work because for the last 2 years, I have to go back to that day that I saw a little girl that I did not know, that I had never seen. And I wish that it was a sign that she looked okay. And I believe that she was someone else's niece. And I had no reason not to believe what my brother said to me. That day will forever haunt me. Because I go back to like, why was I there? Why didn't I know? Why was there no sign? However, I'm a firm believer in God. And I do believe that sometimes we are put in places that we don't want to be in. even if we don't know why. And I feel like I was put there that day to be a voice for Ziyah and for every other child that my brother has harmed. I believe that Ziyah's story brought a lot of the other victims out to the forefront. And sitting in the courtroom today, there are many Ziyahs and many other victims that are unfortunately being harmed right now at this moment. And people are turning a blind eye to it. People are not paying attention. We need to do better with our families as a community and protecting our children from monsters, from the very people who are supposed to love them and protect them. I don't know why my brother has turned into the person that is in this courtroom today. This is not who I remember as a child. I remember the little boy that used to follow me everywhere, that always wanted to protect me, even though I'm older than him. My brother knows that I've been a victim of sexual assault. My brother knows that I've been molested at a very young age. And he knows the pain it caused. I can't understand why he would want to cause that to an innocent child. Not just Ziyah, but to his own children that have his face. I hope that every victim and my nieces and nephews can heal from the things that my brother has done. For the last 2 years, I've been drugged on social media. My family has been put all over a lot of platforms, including my children, my grandchildren. People are posting places, the place that I work, and I work with children. I work with children because I had a hard time growing up. We did not have everything growing up, but we did have a grandmother that loved us and cared for us. And I don't know if something happened to my brother when he was young. However, that is no excuse for what he has done. He could have gotten help. He could have said something to someone. Being a victim myself only made me want to protect kids, not harm them in any kind of way. I'm hoping that he has a heart somewhere deep in there to tell where Ziyah's body is, because she was innocent. My brother stole so many children's innocence. And he's way more than old enough to know better. I hope that he can remember how we were raised. I hope that he can remember that he was loved. I hope that he gives the people that love her, the people that love her, closure in bringing her body so she can be laid to rest, because she deserves that. She's an innocent child. Her soul should not be roaming the earth. If for no one else, for her. If for no one else, his children. And this is a hard thing to do because this is my brother. And I'm not going to stand here and say that I don't love him, because I do. And I always will, and I want him to know that. And I hope that if he loves me, that he will do what's right. I watched him sit behind a mask. I watched him hold his head down. You made your bed, you gotta lay in it. Stand in it. Do what you have to do. You did what you did knowing. What you've done has just struck a community. I had to go back to work the day after I testified, 2 days after I testified. And the only thing I could think of was the children that I interact with every day that I love and will protect as my own. How are they going to see me? Because of him. Fortunately enough for me, I have a good support system, and the children I work with know who I am. The staff that I work with know who I am. And the people that I come encounter with every day knows who I am. So it's nothing that anyone can say on social media to change that. Once again, I know I'm not supposed to address it. Is it okay to tell my mama?
Sure.
Brother, if you look up at me, I want you to know I do love you. And that will never change. But you have to do what's right. You have to do what's right. I can't turn off my feelings. I hate who he's become. I hate what he's done. You have to do what's right. So.
Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Ripley, who will be going next on which file number, please?
Yes, Judge. On file ending in 6232, I believe Ms. Hauser is going to read on behalf of Ms. Bryant.
Very good. She can come on up. Good afternoon. Are you going to be reading?
Yes.
Okay. Just position yourself, if you could, close to that microphone. You can stand. That red illuminated device is a microphone, okay? And a recording device. Just keep your voice loud and clear. You can just state and spell your name first for me.
Ariel Little, ARIELLITTLE.
Thank you. Whenever you're ready.
So I am reading this in regards to my little sister, Paris Bryant. She says, Dear Honorable Judge, I stand before you today with deep resilience and determination. When I was just 4 years old, Mr. Jarvis Butts took away my childhood and shattered my sense of safety. Though I am still young, I have faced years of pain and trauma caused by his actions. Today I speak with truth of what he stole from me starting at 4 years old. 33 years cannot undo the harm he caused. By the time he is eligible for release, he will be in his 70s. Mr. Butts continues to show that his character is to abuse children, and in my truth's heart, I believe he will abuse even in his old age. I remember what Judge Aaliyah Sabria said during the Ziyah Harris hearing. Jarvis Butts, you were a monster in this whole picture. For me too, he was a monster, and for many other victims who may have never been ready to speak out. We see him on social media, the news, and on TV. But behind those screens are real victims whose lives he has broken. We should not look away or let Mr. Butts be given a lighter sentence because his actions leaving lifelong scars. Let his consequences be so no other child faces what I have. Thank you for listening and considering how this changed and impacted my life. Paris Bryant.
Thank you. You can return to your seat. Thank you. Ms. Ripley, whenever you're ready.
Yes, Judge. On case ending in 4478, Ms. Jayelyn White.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Again, you can sit or stand, however you're most comfortable, talking to that red illuminated device. And state and spell your name first, please.
My name is Jayelyn White, spelled Jaylynn. Last name White, White.
Whenever you're ready.
Dear Honorable Judge, I want to begin by expressing my deepest gratitude to the prosecuting attorneys and Sergeant Shannon Jones. I would not be writing this letter today if it wasn't for the tragic loss of Annette Harris. I often went many years without thinking of Jarvis Butts. Now seeing his image repeatedly, I have been overwhelmed with emotional and mental distress. I'm writing this in a deep place of vulnerability. I'm unsure if I will be able to attend sentencing as the toll on my mental health is immense. People cannot see the turmoil inside of me. I've been hospitalized and many days I cannot get out of bed. And the last thing I want to do is suffer a panic attack in a courtroom. I want to be unequivocal. I believe in rehabilitation and in breaking the cycles of abuse. I believe people can change when they take responsibility and truly commit to doing the work. However, Mr. Butts is already a convicted sex offender when he abused me in 2014. He understood exactly what he was doing. He understood the harm. He understood the potential consequences of already being a convicted sex offender and of being convicted again. Despite knowing the harm and having every opportunity to stop, he continued to abuse children. Mr. Butts has avoided accountability far too long. I urge you to see this as a chance to end the cycle of abuse. Mr. Butts must never have the chance to be free again, because if he is, there is a great chance he will continue to abuse children in his old age. We have a chance in this court, in this moment, to protect others and break the cycle of abuse once and for all. I'm asking you to consider the future we are trying to safeguard. Even if the court accepts the sentencing recommendation and plea agreement, which I sincerely hope it does not, I will be present at every parole hearing, no matter where life takes me. Thank you again to all for seeking justice.
Thank you. Ms. Ripley, whenever you're ready.
Yes, Judge. I believe we will have on 6461 Ms. Bell and Ms. Butts.
They can come on up now. Again, if you could just kindly try to talk into the microphone. If you're comfortable taking your mask down, probably would help with hearing you more clearly. Just state and spell your name, please.
Jayelyn White, JARRYAHBUTTS.
Very good. Whenever you're ready.
You were once someone I called that until you did what you did. You took someone I really loved, someone I called sister, my favorite cousin, my best friend, my everything. You changed the way I dress, the way I think. You even changed my sexuality. You did very hurtful things to me. I lived with the trouble you caused me. I no longer look at you as a father figure, no longer as a hero, but now I look at you as a monster. You caused me trauma and made me look at men different.
Were you aware that she was done reading her statement?
I'm gonna find out.
Take your time.
Thank you.
Is here today to be sentenced for 6 different cases today. Mr. Butts entered guilty pleas on all 6 of his cases, and there's sentence agreements negotiated on each one of his 6 files. Of course, it goes without saying that the offenses that Mr. Butts is here to be sentenced on are of the most serious nature. Mr. Butts has a criminal history dating back to 1997. He spent time in Michigan Department of Corrections previously for a criminal sexual conduct conviction following a plea he entered in 2005. Noteworthy that he was paroled sometime in 2012 and almost immediately returned to his criminal behaviors upon being paroled. And Mr. Butts, I hope that you have truly listened to all of the people who spoke here in open court and the impact that your inexcusable and horrendous behaviors have had on the lives of so many people. Mr. Butts, you're going to have many years to sit and dwell on your horrible actions. And it's often noted that justice is blind, but eventually, Mr. Butts, justice sees everything. As noted by both sides, these 6 cases are very complex with a lot of moving parts, and I know that the prosecutor's office and the defense team spend a lot of hours working on resolutions to these 6 matters, and I wanted to thank them for their efforts. I'm also hopeful that although the court could never make the victims of any of these crimes truly whole again, hopeful that the lengthy prison sentence being imposed today is going to bring about some needed closure for all of the victims and their families so that they can begin the healing process. So I'll go case by case, Mr. Butts. I'm going to start with file 25000-21801FH. And Mr. Butts, for the offense of homicide, murder, and 2nd degree of Ziyah Harris, the court is going to sentence you consistent with the sentence agreement, 35 to 60 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections. You're not to have any verbal, written, electronic, or physical contact with Annette Harris or any family members of Ziyah Harris. It's either directly through yourself or through any other third party that includes all forms of social media as well. You're not to be within 500 feet of the residence, school, or place of employment. I have to assess $130 for the crime victim's assessment on that file, and I have to assess $68 state costs on that file as well. As a term and condition of that sentence agreement, you're also to make a truthful statement regarding the location of the body of Ms. Harris. With regard to court costs and attorney's fees, I'll address that at the end once I've completed all of the files. Moving next into file 24-002-23601FH. Mr. Butts, for the offense of criminal sexual conduct in the second degree, person under 13, defendant 17 or older, the court is going to sentence you, consistent with the sentence agreement, to 10 to 15 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections. You are going to be required to complete sexual abuse prevention programming or other treatment when you're referred by your agent. You are going to be required to register under the Michigan Sex Offenders Registration Act and comply with all requirements of that act. You must provide a completed copy of the Michigan Sex Offenders Registration form to your field agent on your first in-person report following vacating your residence. Any address change, address verification, or change in your status with an institution of higher education. At each address change or verification period, you must present your Michigan driver's license or operator's license or personal identification card to the field agent at your first in-person contact. On that file, you're not to have any verbal, written, electronic, or physical contact with Michaela, M-I-K-A-Y-L-A, Jackson, or any of her family members, either directly or through any other third party, again, including all forms of social media, not to be within 500 feet of their residence, school, or place of employment. Again, I'm required to assess $130 of the crime victim's rights assessment and the $68 state cost. It's also required that there's lifetime electronic monitoring pursuant to MCL 750520N. Again, I'll address court costs and attorney's fees at the end. Moving now to file number 24-006-23201FC. Mr. Butts, for the offense of criminal sexual conduct in the second degree, person under 13, defendant 17 or older, the court will sentence you to 10 to 15 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections. Again, you're going to be required to complete sexual abuse prevention programming or other treatment when you're referred by your field agent. You're going to be required to register under the Michigan Sex Offenders Registration Act, and comply with all the requirements of the act. Provide a copy of the Michigan Sex Offenders Registration form to your field agent on your first in-person report following vacating your residence. Any address change, address verification, or change in your status with an institution of higher education. At each address change verification period, you must present your driver's license or state identification card to the agent of your first in-person contact. Again, you're not to have any verbal, written, electronic, or physical contact with Paris Bryant or her family members. It's either directly through yourself or through any other third party. You're not to be within 500 feet of their residence, school, or place of employment. Again, I'm assessing $130 for the crime victim's assessment and $68 for the state cost. Again, he's going to have to comply with lifetime electronic monitoring pursuant to MCL 750520N. All right, moving into file 25-000-24101FH, again for the offense of criminal sexual conduct, second degree, person under 13, defendant 17 or older. The court is going to sentence you consistent with the sentence agreement to 10 to 15 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections. Again, you're to complete sexual abuse prevention programming or other treatment when you're referred by your agent. Again, you're required to register under the Michigan Sex Offenders Registration Act and comply with all requirements of the Act, which have been stated here previously on the record. You're not to have any verbal, written, electronic, or physical contact with AHLECHE, Dinwiddie, DINWIDDIE, or her family members, either directly through yourself or through any other third party. Not to be within 500 feet of the residence, school, or place of employment. Again, assessing $130 for the crime victim's assessment, $68 for the state costs. Again, there's mandatory lifetime electronic monitoring pursuant to 750520N. Moving into file 25-004-47801FH for the offense of criminal sexual conduct in the third degree, person 13 through 15. The court is going to sentence you consistent with the sentence agreement for 10 to 15 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections. Again, you're to comply or complete, sexual abuse prevention programming or other treatment when you're referred by your field agent. Again, you'll be required to register as a under the Michigan Sex Offenders Registration Act. Terms and conditions have been noted on the record previously. You're not to have any verbal, written, electronic, or physical contact with Jayelyn, Jayelyn White, common spelling, or her family, either directly or through any other third party. Again, you're not to be within 500 feet of their residence, school, or place of employment. Again, assessing $130 for the crime victims assessment and $68 for the state costs. Additionally, you're to submit to HIV testing and complete counseling associated with HIV and AIDS, and you're to waive confidentiality and allow test results and medical information obtained from that test to be released to the court. And lastly, with regard to file 25006461001FC for the offense of criminal sexual conduct in the second degree, person under 13, defendant 17 or older, again, consistent with the sentence agreement, the court will sentence you to 10 to 15 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections. Again, you're to complete sexual abuse prevention programming or other treatment when you're referred by your agent. Again, you're going to be required to register under the Michigan Sex Offenders Registration Act and comply with all requirements of the Act, which has been stated previously in the record. You are not to have any verbal, written, electronic, or physical contact with Ziyah, J-A-N-I-Y-A-H, Butts, or her family, either directly or through any other third party. You're not to be within 500 feet of the residence, school, or place of employment. Crime victims assessment, I'm going to assess the amount of $130 and state costs in the amount of $68. Again, lifetime electronic monitoring pursuant to MCL 750-520M. So defense has requested waiver of fees regarding court costs and attorney's fees. Do people have a position?
No position, leave it in the court's discretion.
All right, considering the lengthy prison sentence that the court is going to impose and the possibility of restitution being an issue, the court will waive court costs and attorney's fees, considering Mr. Butts is going to be spending foreseeable future in the Michigan Department of Corrections.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, jail credit. Let's talk about jail credit. All right. Jail credit on file ending, file 24223601. Mr. Butts will receive jail credit of 707 days. Jail credit on docket 24623201. He will receive jail credit of 531 days. Docket number 25021801 will receive jail credit of 531 days. Docket 25000241101 will receive jail credit of 531 days. Docket 254478 will receive jail credit of 255 days. And lastly, docket 256461101 will receive jail credit of 167 days to his respective Michigan Department of Corrections sentences, noting that the terms and conditions of this agreement are that all of those sentences are to run concurrently. All right. Attorneys, before I get to appellate rights, turn it over to you, Mr. Makepeace.
Thank you, Judge. Just for the record, on file ending in 218, second-degree murder conviction, I know I placed this on the record last time, but all terms of that plea agreement have been satisfied.
Yes, thank you. All right. And Mr. Makepeace, were there counts being dismissed?
Oh. Yes. Ms. A.P.A. Ripley is more than prepared.
Very good. Ms. Ripley, if you could just kindly articulate, you can just do the last four of the respective file number with regard to the counts that are being dismissed consistent with the agreement.
Yes, Judge. Under case 2236, people are dismissing counts 2, 3, and 4 and withdrawing the habitual offender fourth offense notice. Under case 6232, people are agreeing to dismiss counts 1 and 3 and withdrawing the notice to enhance habitual offender fourth offense notice. On case ending in 0218, people are moving to dismiss counts 2, 3, and 4 and the notice to enhance habitual fourth offender notice. As to docket number 0241, people are moving to dismiss counts 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and withdrawing notice to enhance habitual fourth offense notice. And docket number 4478, people are moving to dismiss count 2 and withdrawing notice to enhance sentence habitual offender fourth offense notice. And finally, in docket number 6461, people are moving to dismiss counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6. And, hold on, that one's not right, Judge.
Which file are you looking at, Ms. Ripley?
6461. I have it right here. Yeah, it's count 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. He pled to count 3 and withdraw the habitual offender for defense notice.
That was it, correct?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. The defense, I presume, no objection.
No, that is correct.
All right, those counts and enhancements will be dismissed and or withdrawn consistent with the agreements. Mr. Butts, you do have some appellate rights in counsel. Has he been afforded with an appellate rights form?
He has been assigned.
And did we give him an appellate rights form for each one of his files?
Yes.
Great. All right, for purposes of the record, Mr. Butts, because you entered pleas with regard to your 6 cases, you would have 42 days to file an application requesting leave to appeal your various convictions and sentences if you wanted to do that. Mr. Butts, if you wanted an attorney to assist you with those applications and you could not afford an attorney, you have to request an attorney within 42 days. The court will then appoint you an attorney, provide them with portions of the record and any transcripts needed to assist you with those applications. So, Mr. Butts, you will go with the sheriffs here today. They will make sure that you make your way back to the Wayne County Jail, and ultimately you will find your way into the appropriate Michigan Department of Corrections facility. That being noted, Attorney